Cows crave consistency has been a long-time favorite tagline of mine when it comes to dairy nutrition. And one critical area that this pertains to is around TMR feeding management. Joining me today is Dr. Tom Oelberg, a ruminant field technical specialist with Diamond V. Welcome, Dr. Oelberg.
Well, thank you for having me, and it's great to be here.
Now, I know you played an integral role in developing the Diamond V TMR audit 12 years ago and have spent a lot of time working with dairy operations to implement changes to improve TMR consistency. But to give us some perspective, approximately how many TMR audits have you and the Diamond V team completed in the past 12 years?
Well, we've done these around the world, and years we can estimate it's over 10,000 audits across 5 continents, representing over 14 countries, and near as we can tell, we've touched over 10 million cows. If you look at the world population of cows, looks like we're touching 1 out of every 15 cows in the world.
Those are truly some impressive numbers, and that makes it really easy to understand how the Diamond V TMR audit has become the powerhouse it is today. Now, how often would you suggest a TMR audit should be conducted on farm?
Well, typically we recommend at least once a year, or when they purchase a new mixer, or if they see a significant production change or an appearance in the TMR, we would recommend a TMR audit.
So more of a proactive than a reactive approach then?
That's right.
Now, when you do an audit, you're looking not only at the mixer and how it's being operated, but also evaluating the consistency and the availability of the TMR that's been presented to the herd. If you had to narrow it down to the 3 most commonly seen factors on farm that are contributing to inconsistent mixes, what would you say they are?
I would say it's mixer wear, and the one that we see quite often is inadequate mix time after the last ingredient is added. And number 3, low auger speed on vertical mixers. So those would be my top 3 from what we've done over the last 12 years. They're my top 3, but Diamond V considers that there are 11 essential factors to look at when conducting a TMR audit.
Very interesting. And I think the great news for producers there is that with the correct recommendations, 2 of at least those 3 factors that you mentioned can be addressed on farm for minimal cost.
That's exactly right.
Now, I'm sure many of our producers are wondering what kind of payback they can expect to see by doing a TMR audit. So what have been the typical responses you have seen in lactating cows when they have been presented with a more consistent TMR?
Well, first of all, the goal of the TMR audit that I maintain is to ensure that every bite by every cow every day is consistent. And it's difficult to put an exact number on the milk production or the rumen health improvement with TMR audits because there's never been a controlled research study to determine the TMR consistency effect. However, with many anecdotal stories, I would say 0.5 to 1.5 kilogram increase in milk, depending on how severe the situation is with TMR consistency. The other part of the TMR audit is assessing the feed availability by the cows, which we'll probably learn about later in later podcasts. But we know when we improve the cow's access to feed and with more frequent push-ups along the feed bunk, we definitely see increases in milk production.
So I think I could safely sum that up then by saying that there is definitely money being left on the table if TMR consistency and feeding management is not up to par.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Oelberg, thank you so much for your time. And while we really only scratched the surface on this subject, you gave us plenty of information to ruminate on.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity to be with you.
Please contact your local Cargill farm consultant for more information, or better yet, ask to see firsthand the value a TMR audit can bring to your operation.